This is the DJI Mini 5 Pro, a not so mini drone making big waves, and not for all the reasons DJI would like. It's a 5-star product with a catch. But before we get started, make sure to check out the links in the description for the best places and prices to buy the DJI Mini 5 Pro. Now, let's get into it. The Mini 5 Pro is DJI's latest flagship mini drone, updating the already excellent Mini 4 Pro with a bigger sensor, a more versatile camera, LiDAR object sensing, and more. There's a weighty issue surrounding the Mini 5 Pro, and I'll get onto that in a bit, but first, let's cover its main features. So we've now got a 1-inch sensor. That's a first for DJI's Mini series and larger than the Mini 4 Pros. In fact, it's essentially the same sensor as the one in the DJI Air 3S, which is almost 3 times the weight of the Mini 5 Pro and a lot bigger. Now, you won't necessarily notice huge difference in video quality and optimal lighting conditions from the Mini 4 Pro, but where the camera gets pushed, say when there's bright sunlight in the frame or you're flying in low light, that's where the Mini 5 Pro's bump in quality will be clear. Like before, the camera is mounted to a 3-axis gimbal for smooth live view and images, and users can switch between vertical and horizontal content at the push of a button, and you won't lose any resolution between the two. The camera has a 225-degree range of full rotation, enabling creative shots, much in the spirit of the beefy Mavic 4 Pro. We get 4K video up to 60 FPS as standard with 10-bit color depth, or 120 FPS slow motion recording that increases to 240 FPS when you drop to 1080p. In the Pro mode, you can choose between DJI's standard color profile or switch to D-Log-M, which is a flat color profile fit for grading and which delivers greater creative freedom in the edit. For photos, there's 50 megapixel stills in both RAW and JPEG format. These are the kind of features you just don't get with a simple mini drone like the excellent Mini 4K. Video resolution is where the similarities end between those two drones. Now, unlike the dual camera Air 3S, there's only one camera, and the 2x or 3x zoom options are actually digital crops with reduced quality. Flight times have a small boost. DJI says up to 36 minutes on a full charge in optimal conditions. On an average breezy day, making the most of the Mini 5 Pro's flight features, I've been getting somewhere more like 20 to 25 minutes. Then again, DJI supplied me with the priciest Fly More combo for this review, which includes 2 additional batteries, effectively tripling the fun on any given trip. This bundle also includes the excellent RC2 controller, but the drone can be controlled through the Fly app too. Max flight speeds are boosted, and the Mini 5 Pro certainly feels like a nifty performer. Combine those enhanced speeds with the roll rotation versatility of the camera, and you'll be able to get video movements previously not possible with a mini drone. Advanced features that you get with the Mini 4 Pro and Mini 5 Pro versus DJI's true beginner drone like the Mini 4K. They include Active Track 360 subject tracking and omnidirectional object sensing, which should avoid collisions and in theory prolong the life of the drone. Yes, I have been known to crash the entry-level Mini 4K from time to time. I found both advanced features to work extremely well, tracking me as I ran through the woods under tree cover, navigating its way around branches to keep me in the frame. You can set your preference on how the drone behaves with tracking and object sensing too, like smooth or agile movements around objects and so on. Object sensing is boosted by the inclusion of front-facing LiDAR, in theory boosting the drone's ability to fly safely in low light. I'm yet to fly the drone in the type of situations where I'd notice a difference in performance over the Mini 4 Pro, but it's certainly a welcome feature to have. In essence, the Mini 5 Pro inherits a lot of tech from the pricier and larger Air 3S. The only real advantages I see with that advanced drone now are its second telephoto camera and slightly better wind resistance and flight times, given it's a bulkier package. And all this tech is squeezed into an impossibly small mini body. It's larger than the Mini 4K, but still pocketable in a way the Air 3S isn't, and a drone I'd happily add to my bag for just-in-case moments, as well as more serious shoots. Video quality and flight features are class-leading, and this is a 5-star product and can command the most popular section of the drone market. There's a big but coming though, the Mini 5 Pro's weight. Now, I'll try not to get too bogged down in the technical details as information online and industry standards shift, but the Mini 5 Pro is listed as 249.9 grams, plus or minus 4 grams. Now, most users already posting about the Mini 5 Pro show the weighing scales displaying 253 grams. So, what's in a few grams? Well, in most countries, drones below 250 grams legally sit in a different class to those that weigh over 250 grams. Sub 250 gram drones are essentially classed as beginner drones and perceived as safer, which means there are way less restrictions in using one. In short, just about anyone can fly a sub 250 gram drone with very few limitations around where you can fly and how close to subjects you can get. Now, DJI has obtained Class 0 for the Mini 5 Pro, which is a sub 250 gram class. However, if it indeed does weigh 253 grams, then it's technically in the same weight class as the Air 3S, which is almost 3 times the weight. So if you're playing by the rules At least in the UK where I live, you need to take a certificate of competency to fly drones above 250 grams. Frankly, I think that's the right thing to do anyway if you're going to fly safely, and the test can be completed online for around £100 and it lasts 5 years. The bigger hindrance though is that you can't fly as close to people, while more places are legally off limits in the 250 gram to 2 kilogram category versus the sub 250 gram category. So it begs the question, is there really the Mini benefit with the Mini 5 Pro anymore? Well, for me, yes and no. It's a complicated topic and the rhetoric will differ depending on where you are in the world. The FAA has taken a hard line. Though at launch, the Mini 5 Pro isn't available in the US anyway. The EU is seemingly flexible, give or take 3%, which would mean a drone under 257 grams is okay, including the Mini 5 Pro. Meanwhile, the UK is changing its drone laws from January 2026 too. You'll need to take a free flyer ID test to fly a drone weighing more than 100 grams. In short, drone law is complicated. Personally, I take issue with DJI's Mini 5 Pro stance of putting responsibility straight onto the user. But the bottom line is, uncertainty around the weight of the Mini 5 Pro and which class each model sits in could be a deal breaker for many. A few grams sees it with feet both in beginner camps and advanced camps. I hope that DJI is able to find a way to tweak the design and manufacture future batches of the Mini 5 Pro drones so that they all sit under 250 grams, removing any uncertainty altogether. In many respects, the few extra grams means very little. The Mini 5 Pro is still a small drone, which I would use way more regularly than a larger Air or Mavic one, with very few compromises too. And if you fly cautiously and know the rules, you shouldn't really run into any bother anyway. The Mini 5 Pro is a superb mini drone with class-leading image quality and flight features for an unbeatable price where available, from £689 or 1,119 Australian dollars. Bad news if you're in the US though, there's no Mini 5 Pro pricing or availability at launch. The Mini 5 Pro is still a 5-star drone, just with a catch. But what do you think? Are the improved Mini 5 Pro features worth it? Would you stick with the Mini 4 Pro drone instead? How would you like to see DJI move forward with the Mini 5 Pro? Let me know in the comments below.